shows. Follow the leader. Stimulating conversation and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs. Follow the leader. Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
And I feel like a lot of men don't understand that you have to create that safe space for women to bask in their femininity. You want this feminine woman, but it's like you have to have a safe environment. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you sometimes feel like you're always in survival mode. You want a man to like introduce you to an environment where you're like, okay, you know what? You here, so I can chill and kick my legs up. You got it. Like, but a lot of these men don't give that. And I feel like a lot of men don't understand that you have to create that safe space for women to bask in their femininity. You want this feminine woman, but it's like you have to have a safe environment. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you sometimes feel like you're always in survival mode. You want a man to like introduce you to an environment where you're like, okay, you know what? You here, so I can chill and kick my legs up. You got it. Like, but a lot of these men don't give that. And I feel like
so it's our job to remind you that you're feminine. I remember, this is just me, maybe this isn't true, right? I hate those kind of conversations as well, right? The man has to get her out of survival mode. I want everybody to look up a speech by the great Krishnamurti. If you've never read it, look it up. It's online. It's called "Truth is a Pathless Land." He basically disbanded an entire spiritual group to basically say no one can evaluate how spiritual you are or aren't. Nobody can tell you how spiritual you are. Nobody can tell you what you are. Nobody can. Do you understand what I'm saying? Triggers tend to mirror triggers. So in a backhanded, pass the buck kind of way, men, you set the tone for femininity. That is not true on a spiritual base. That is counterintuitive to what our ancients were saying. Our ancients said it started with the divine feminine. Okay? That's what the ancients said. The great mother, space as the cosmos, as triple stage darkness, the universal womb. It started feminine. When did it get inverted to the man? See, we're not trying to put blame on women. What we're saying is, it might be better for you to say, we have lost touch with our ancient feminine roots. And now we are dependent on men creating external safe spaces. Now, we talking spiritually. Now let's talk practically, okay? Yes, the home has to be safe. Sure. How do I get out of survival mode? First off, what's your attachment style? See, nobody's having that conversation in context to he's got to create a safe space to give. No. That's your wound saying, is it safe here? I'm not talking about the weirdos who try to get you up into their place and get physical. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about psychologically. What's the attachment style? Right? What have you lived through? Who are you? What made you who you are? What have you forgiven? What have you conquered internally? See, these are real questions. Guess what? The art of war doesn't just apply to men. Right? You go read The Art of War, you recognize the real war is an internal war. And that goes for both genders. Do you see? Let's get Sean back in here. Sean! I'm turned up right now, Sean.
Brother Zoe, what a great dad you are. And I don't know all your details. I would like you to share more because your son can fly. He can fly, man. I mean, if people don't know, one of Zoe's kids, his son, can fly on the basketball court. I mean, like leap out of the building and is a great basketball player and a wonderful human being. These are the kind of things I want to hear. So when you say that, I'm saying that I want to hear more about Zoe. Because if you live your life on the air, man, this is what role modeling is, people. We're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. I made them all. I might have been married a long time, but I had to repair, right? Because there's no one that has a perfect relationship. Everyone has to repair, things that go wrong, right?
Right.
That's what happens in life.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is I love your go ahead.
No. I'm agreeing with you. Go ahead. Finish, my brother.
No, I'm just saying that, when I listen to this show and we're talking about, improving yourself, yes, be a good role model. But what I'm saying is I think you outsource, in my opinion, to too many other people that aren't even on your level. They're not even close to you.
Don't do that, Sean. Sean,
It's
don't
true.
you
true.
do that, Sean.
True.
No,
it's true.
Well, it's a compliment. That's what it is.
It's true.
It's actually
It's
a compliment,
true.
though. Sean and I accept the compliment.
That's the compliment.
Yeah,
It is a compliment.
I accept the compliment, but the great Krishnamurti, Paramahansa Yogananda, Wayne Dyer, Robert Anton Wilson, all of these great scholars,
How about
love
Zoe
it.
Williams?
Hey, I love Zoe Williams. Uh-oh, Andy got something to say.
Yeah, of course you do.
Andy got something to say to you now.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Sean, I know where you're coming from, and I understand it. But one thing I can appreciate about Zoe, you always talk about how this space is a non-judgmental place.
But not tonight.
but it's I think it is dope that, despite his racism, you can still get gems from somebody. So, even though you think differently than me, even though maybe what you think opposes what I think, this is still a space to share that perspective, and I think that's dope too.
Man,
Right.
I love it.
Well,
Sean.
let me tell you, Andy, I think that's a beautiful perspective. I totally agree with you, but that's the beauty of this and me calling because I care and I love you guys. And I think that is an awesome perspective, right? Because you're not, if you can get some gems from people that aren't saying things that aren't correct, if they're saying things that are really wrong, but there's a few things you can make your life better quality of life, you've done an amazing job. So I think Andy just hit it out of the ballpark right there, brother.
Well, there
but
you
you
have
always do too.
Yes, there you
You
have
always
it.
do too, Zoe.
Yes, man, and I appreciate you, Sean. And guess what you just did, my friend?
Brother, Oakland's in the building, and I always appreciate your perspective.
Thank you, Sean. Always welcome. Always got a seat at the table when I come forward. I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina. We got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, Tavish Smiley here. We're getting closer to June 18th, and time is running out for you to register to join us for our historic symposium live on C-SPAN, Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com right now if you want to be in the audience when the nation will see for the first time ever a stage full of brilliant black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's all going down. Well, it's actually all going up. Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. live from the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Again, admission is free, but we're filling up fast. So if I were you, I would log on right now to KBLA1580.com to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. We're KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
why should we be silent?
Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA delegation, listen up. If you're not feeling yourself lately, right? I got something for you. Has your weight loss dreams turned into a weight gain nightmare? Have you been chasing those 20 pounds for 20 years? Then it's time for D-Herbs. D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse is a natural cleansing regimen that can help you lose 20 pounds in 20 days. The Full Body Cleanse will also boost your immune system and improve your digestion with summer just right around the corner. You got to stop chasing that 20-pound weight loss and propel yourself into a healthier lifestyle. To reboot your system and lose weight now, all you got to do is go to dherbs.com and order your full body cleanse, or simply call 866-434-3727. If you mention KBLA 1580, you'll get 10% off your order. dherbs.com. Experience healing.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Couple things, and I'm just gonna, ladies, give me grace. I don't feel like men are giving that safe space in a relationship to be vulnerable and to be honest without being judged or without it being hijacked about how I made you feel about my honesty. And so what a lot of men learn to do through conditioning with dealing with women over time, even with their mothers, even with their family members, is learn to internalize this, because even if I have a legitimate gripe, I know when I tell you this, you may start to cry, you may start to flip it, and now I'm talking more about how you feel about what I said than what I actually said. And so we always talk about providing safe space for women, and that's a conversation, period, and stick that. But also for men, I think men are yelling and moving towards, like, I want to be having a safe space too. Keita, what's up?
I have a rebuttal to that, and I wonder if our rebuttals match.
What's up?
My question to that is now, because you said that you feel like the conversation goes there, is that just what the conversation turns into, and that's how you solve a problem? Because you might say something, and then I respond, and that's how the conversation is going. Hey, I like the fact you opened up to me, but I didn't like the way you said it. So can we talk like this, or can we do that?
So, in a small example of what I was talking about is what happened just now. Right? Instead of realizing how I felt was legitimate and it was real and it was authentic and it's coming from a place of this is actually happening to me.
What happened?
You said, okay.
Okay. He's asking for mutual acknowledgement. Acknowledge my feelings the way I acknowledge yours. Do you know what y'all listening to? This is popular. This is all over the world right now. Everybody, tonight's conversation is big. Y'all know what you're listening to toxic people. This is how you navigate toxicity. These are literal wounds speaking. Men saying, hey, we need a safe space too. Women are saying, hey, you didn't make me feel safe. I can't make paranoia feel safe. I can't make mistrust feel safe. Do you understand? I can't close up a wound that was opened in the womb or when you were a child. It's not, I don't have the skill to do that. You know what I'm saying? Sean got me hot right now. Sean, he got me a little hot. Sean, you know I'm the author of 5 books on relationship. You know, I talk about all kinds of things on relationship, man. And I love bringing in different contributors from different perspectives. Sean got me hot, boy. He got me mixed up right now. But I love him. Sean, you call back in, man. Now, I want to get some callers in here because I really believe that we're asking too much of our partner, right? With regard to doing the heavy lifting internally. Your partner cannot do it for you. It is made for you to do from the inside out. And this is what we're going to do. Who's been on the longest? You already know, Chakra Q from Raleigh, North Carolina. Chakra, get up in here.
Peace, peace, peace. Shalom. God bless. Namaste. Salam alaikum. And SU, you already know what it is. But I just want to jump in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think when you started it off, I think the biggest martyr that we're looking for is self-pity, right? So we can't get out of our own way. And I'm going to tell you like this. I used to time in, and I thought your book was a straight read-through. You know, when I read books, you know what I mean? It was just like read through, gather the knowledge, and move on to the next book.
No.
Then you put me on the Prometheus Rising, and it was like watching Alice in Wonderland for the first time. Like, I got to go back, look at this, reread it, get another perspective. Like, I haven't even gotten to your second book yet because I'm still stuck on the first book.
Right.
But Shorty, I empowered Shorty to get the holographic relationship, and I haven't even gotten past the second book. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, at the end of the day, you're doing the universe work, and I'm going to give you your flowers on that. But as far as the topic is concerned, yes, we want to give respect to the youngins, and I'm a millennial, you know what I mean, born in 83, and so respect is given, but at the same time, I was brought up to say when grown folks is talking, or when the wise ones is talking, you got to learn how to listen. You got two ears and one mouth for a reason. And it's not, I found myself, like you said before, regurgitating your words, and people be thinking that I'm a guru, and they don't even know I'm just over here, you know what I mean, really just trying to comprehend what I'm learning and trying to give some knowledge. And I don't need the accolades. I don't need you to look at me like I'm doing something great. I'm just trying to pass the knowledge. Like, I don't look at the messenger, listen to the message. And so I've been following you for a little minute, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, back to the subject, because I'm going off on a tangent. But it's a lot of work to be done. And even when you talk about the relationships, it's not just the relationship between a man and a woman in a relationship as far as intimacy. It could be a relationship between a mother and a daughter, a father and a son, a son and a mother. Like, how do you go through those the issues and the trauma to break that down? You know what I mean? So it's so many layers to it, and at the core of the black community is the relationship of the black family.
But
so
let me give you this. Let me give you this, because you're cooking right now. We don't have a break, but let me give you this, Chakra Q. Back to the kids, the youngsters that are out there doing it. And let me just say this again, man. I mean, no disrespect to the youngsters. I want them to keep doing it. And the reason why is because here's another Quincy Jones moment. Because what you just said sparked a Quincy Jones memory. Quincy Jones, when he was doing Back on the Block, he told me about how he put this album together, Back on the Block. And he said, yo, I'm jazz. You know, I'm a jazz composer. He said, but who's going to deny hip-hop? So when I'm doing this album, hip-hop is the kid on the block. So he was like, but hip-hop got to be a part of this album. Can't be a Quincy Jones jazz album in 92, right? And how he set up this album, he said, you got all of us, Miles Davis, you got Etta James, you got Sarah Vaughan, you got all of the legends. We all here, Al Jarreau, you got everybody, right? He said, but I got to go get hip-hop. So he goes, he gets Ice-T, he gets Big Daddy Kane, he gets Kool Moe Dee, and he gets Melly Mel. And he just don't get them. He goes and vets their history out in their genre. Like, oh, Moe Dee, father of lyricism. Let me go get him. Oh, Big Daddy Kane, the second wave that came with KRS and Rakim. Oh, like he starts really doing the history. Melly Mel, first record. Oh, the message. He does he does the knowledge. But then you know what he said? He said, we're the past, hip-hop is now, but Tevin is going to be the future. And he said,
and so that,
let me just tell you, and this applies to tonight's conversation, that the movement that's happening out there. He said, when is somebody else's time? He said, the elders got to move aside because it ain't our time. He said, now, if the youngsters who are in the lead seek our advice, it's our job to give them that wisdom. But if they don't ask for it, they have to go on and figure out a new way. He said, with or without our wisdom, it's still their time, and they're going to create something. So you get what I'm saying? That's why I don't have any ill feelings towards the youngsters. I want them to continue to have this conversation. Go ahead, Chakra Q.
That's why I feel like you got to throw in with the Deepak and the Tupac. You got to throw in the Caramel Clive Davis and the Post Mecca Malcolm X.
Come on.
You got, because it's so many layers. But at the end of the day, right? Like at the end of the day, I just want to say, brother, man, I'm on the East Coast. I'm born and raised in Jersey. I'm a fruit of Islam, and my family is from South Carolina, where the Murdochs is from. So I know all of that. And so, but I was blessed to have gone through a terrible relationship, then lose my brother in 2020 after he was killed by his girlfriend, crazy, relationships related. And to get to this point in my life, I had to dip off of even listening to your show. I mean, I locked in onto your joint, your current events joint, but I had to kind of go into the cave and really do the work, the crying, the snot bubbles, the just seeking out seeking out therapists and just really doing the work. And I think that's the part that it's like the last dragon. I took my friend, the woman that I was talking to, into a room full of mirrors, and she dipped out of that joint and left me in the fetal position.
She didn't want to see it.
And she ain't want to see it.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So I stand here today and being able to call and have the confidence and be able to just address it wholeheartedly on the air. It doesn't matter, because it makes me a stronger man, and nobody gonna take that from me. You know what I mean? But I just want to thank you for everything that you do. But at the end of the day, appreciate that, Andy, is that like it's not the work ain't over.
It ain't
right?
over.
So I'm still working. I'm still reading. I'm still going back to Prometheus. Like, that book is crazy. For all the listeners.
Yes.
Get your brain right. You might not have the prerequisites for this book, because it's gonna blow your mind.
Right. Hey,
but
brother, let me
I just want to thank.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
It's all love.
Yeah,
man.
I just want appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Hey, he got time? Cause you got time.
Yeah, I got time.
Go ahead. I just want to make sure.
All right,
well, now you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
All right, let's wrap it up real quick. All right, so I just want to say, as far as the relationship stuff is concerned, right, just dealing with a woman, right, I dealt with a traveling nurse, and she had all the bread, 6 figures and all that. Wanted a kept person. That's just not in my. Fortunately, I was raised with my father, and he taught me how to be a man, right, and so I just couldn't do that. And nothing against her, but that was the one that I took into that room of mirrors. And having to seek out, like, listen, this is what it is, to find a person currently in my life who is able to say, hey, I have flaws, I see your flaws, we're both flawed, I know we're a mirror, like, just being receptive. That's the one thing. It's okay to be a strong black woman, but to be, or a strong woman.
Man,
period.
You know what? Hold tight. Just hold tight. I'm gonna carry you over. You clearly got something to say. When we come forward, we going back to North Carolina. Let's do it.
Believe me when I say whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you need.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The NAACP is urging President Biden to stop the sale of weapons to Israel. The organization says the move would build support for Biden from black voters ahead of the election. A March poll found that nearly a quarter of black voters said the Israel-Hamas war is an extremely important issue to them in the upcoming presidential race. A former South Carolina employee of Palmetto State Armory is filing a lawsuit against the company alleging racial discrimination. Tremel Washington says that while working for the gun manufacturer, he repeatedly found a noose left at his workstation. Washington reportedly complained about this to supervisors multiple times but was ignored. He was later fired in what he alleges was retaliation for reporting the incidents. Washington also claims a co-worker told him to wear a shirt reading, quote, "I can't breathe," in, quote, a reference to black people killed by police. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580. Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we, drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Lay your head on my pillow and just relax, relax, relax. This was made for you. And just relax, relax, relax. This was made to go. Here we are in the room together, holding hands, and it's gonna get better. And I know that you're in the mood, yeah. So put your purse down and take off your jacket. Oh, girl, it's about to get nasty.
They become so unaware of themselves.
There's different pathways. Again, you can see that a lot of this low self-awareness stuff can sit in the personality disordered space, right? And that's the way all the origins of personality disorders we've ever talked about on other MedCircle videos, right? It's social, it's developmental. Where it gets interesting, though, is that we can sometimes see, for example, people living with depression may have low self-awareness, right? Now, with the treatment of depression, that self-awareness will rise. I don't think it's actually a diminishment in self-awareness. I think it's an apathy. It's just sort of like, I don't care. But people with depression often will not sort of, what I'm talking about more of is sort of antagonistic low self-awareness. But that low self-awareness that might accompany certain mental health issues, for obsessive compulsive disorder becomes an interesting example.
Dr. Romney. Sean, you don't like Dr. Romney? I'm going to be on Sean all the time now. Sean, you don't like Dr. Romney? Dr. Romney dropping jewels that support the topic. Now, we were talking about, and I'm going to bring the brother Chakra Q back in and the rest of the callers. I got to get to them very quickly here. But we were talking about that little clip where you're actually watching the dysfunction trying to work itself out, right? And I want to see those youngsters continue to do that work. But based on what we just explained, moving forward, Dr. Romney, are you guys hip to Dr. Wayne Dyer? Wayne Dyer died. He was on PBS for a while too, right? He died maybe 5 years ago. Wayne Dyer was amazing. I'm about to say something that is the polar opposite of what the clip was talking about. I want brothers to stop doing the tit for tat with sisters. Sisters ask for a safe space, then brothers flip it around and say, well, we need a safe space. Not to say that we don't, but let's stop arguing about it and let's take this perspective. Wayne Dyer. Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, rather than as you think it should be. Apply that to your mama, men and women, right? Mother wound to son, mother wound to daughter. Father wound to son, father wound to daughter. Apply. Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, rather than as you think it should be. Doesn't that sound compatible with dating a human being? Many people struggle. They don't want to date a human being. They want to date somebody who has the highest capability of fulfilling their wish fulfillment. Are y'all hip to Paramahansa Yogananda? I just started integrating him. Hey, Sean, do you like Paramahansa Yogananda? Have you ever read Autobiography of a Yogi? I have 25 times. Listen to what Paramahansa has to say. Doubt, depression, pessimistic thoughts, lack of will, weaken the flow of healing life energies. The conscious direction of the mind's power by positive thoughts, prayers, affirmations, visualization, will, cheerfulness, stimulates the natural healing process of the body with the vital life force necessary to aid in restoring health. We're talking about psychological health. If you got all of this going on in your spirit, man or woman, it don't matter if somebody show up and create a safe space for you. You're not even going to respect the safe space. Let's get Chakra Q back in here. Chakra, give me your final thoughts.
So last thought, like you said, I mean, man, you said so much. So like you got to get out your own way first off and foremost, right? And so on top of that, right, like just for the women, right, it's like for the dudes, right, you want to be an alpha male. For those alpha males, say that, but to be an alpha male, you got to play the beta and to know the true meaning of an alpha, and you got to be able to listen and learn, and in order you got to be a student before you can be a teacher. And the same goes for whatever gender, your partner or whatever. You want us to lead. You two people can't have, it can't be four hands on the driving wheel. But I understand where, as an alpha male, quote unquote, like you have to be in a position to where you got to do the work, and sometimes that means separating yourself. Like you can't lead a pack and also be in disarray or delusional. And so, anyways, I'll save it for another call, but I just want to appreciate everything you're doing and that you've done for me, and thank you very much. So,
hey, man, much love, man. And like I said, anytime you want to call in, you got a seat at the table. You brought Raleigh, North Carolina in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. What happened to Reggie? Reggie, call back in here. I want to talk to you. But in the meantime, let's get Juliet from Watts up in here. Juliet, get in here. And then we got Dustin from Baltimore.
All right. Power to the people and love for our brothers and our sisters all around the globe. I adore you all in my Prince voice.
Oh, in your Prince voice. Hey, you got to turn your TV down or your radio down or whatever you're listening to me on so we can hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Okay, I was going to thank you for yesterday and the D-herbs cleansing, and just thanking the utmost high for you all bringing spirit and truth. And that's how we worship the Creator, whatever they want to call it, whatever the God of their own understanding is.
Yeah, exactly.
I look forward to 7 to 9.
Come on, Juliet.
Even on Fridays when I have to hear the repeat, I said, well, I missed something.
Come on, Juliet. Hey, when I see you at the next KBLA event, just go on, give me that hug. Huh?
I'm gonna be there on the 18th. I already registered for the 18th.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna see you and I'm gonna say what's happening. But
much love and respect coming from the Los Angeles.
She talking about the C-SPAN thing. Yeah, I'm gonna slide through there too. So I appreciate you, Juliet. Watts up in the building. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, hon. I love it. I love the love. Ain't nothing wrong with the love. Reggie, call back in here, Reggie. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. We got Dustin from Baltimore, Maryland. Dustin, hold tight. We're going to come forward, and I'm coming right to you. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included with the activation of a Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah!
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Requires in-store activation. Device offer ends 6/9/24. Taxes and fees apply.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, is it me? Is it me? Let me just say this. I didn't really like Tony's up-tempo stuff. You know, this is the 90s. But I did like the one Quick did. Boy, when DJ Quick and Tone got together and slapped us in the mouth with this,
Tony.
I said, whoa.
And DJ Quick.
Hey.
You didn't think we could flip it on your ass, huh?
Yikes.
Something for the dance floor. In a real way. It's going down like this forever and a day. Ha. Now what you hear is not a drag, cause Mr. DJ Quick got a brand new bag. But first I gotta bang bang, a boogie for the boogie to the rhythm of the ghetto streets. Check it out now, you trying to give me some 8-ball, but no way. I'd rather have a mimosa with Cristal and OJ. Yeah, just a little something bubbly and tingly to have me walking around naked. But wait a second,
The function zone.
it is possible to separate pain from suffering. That's what the scriptures teach us. That's the goal of spirituality, that you segregate the two, that you realize pain is inevitable. Pain will happen. It's a part of life. It's unavoidable. But I can train my mind to not consider my pain as my suffering. To be able to see pain for what it is, the way it is it's what really self-realization is.
So you know what survival mode is? Trying to get somebody else to make you feel good. That's survival mode. You're in pain. You haven't reconciled pain's purpose in your life. You haven't separated pain from suffering. This is the work of the Buddha. So now, survival mode is somebody take the load financially, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. Somebody, that's a good partner now. Now, if that's a good partner now, can we also say that that is a really, really, really unrealistic expectation to have of another? Make me and my wounds comfortable here. Dustin, Baltimore, get in here.
Hey, how you doing tonight, boss?
Man, I'm alive and well, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
All right, well, first of all, I had to salute you, man. You dropping some serious gems. A couple of nights ago, we had a conversation about, I think it was called othering, and that reminded me a lot of this.
Yes.
That reminded me a lot of this because when we had that conversation, it made me think a lot back to like a lot of other stuff. Like I came up in a system, so I really didn't have much of a template as to like how to deal with myself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But the older you get, you start to realize all of these walls are around you, whether you knew they were there or not, for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I really couldn't articulate until recently. And I think that's because the world teaches you to kind of, how can I say this, be what you have to be instead of like practicing who you are.
Ooh,
so I'm 38 years old picking up on this game now.
That's all right. You young, brother. I wish I was on this game.
That's the best part.
Yes.
I got 2 little girls. And now I know I can't raise them out of fear. I made it. So I don't have to be like this no more.
Man, that's fire, bro.
So I wanted to tell you thank you.
Man, much love, man. I appreciate being able to add something to anybody's life, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for calling in. And guess what? You got a seat at the table anytime you want it, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Baltimore, Maryland. We all over the nation. This is a national discussion. Andy, I have a great favor to ask you. Can you play that clip again? Can you find the clip of the conversation, tonight's conversation, where the brother was talking about the safe space? Can we play that clip one more time? Because I gotta say this. If you go back, first off, I got a whole crap ton of friends that are psychologists, that are therapists. I mean, over 10, 12 of them, right, that I actually talk to. And so what happens is you get a clinical perspective. Then you get the perspective of like kind of who they are, kind of like this is me, you know, as a person outside of my education. Yeah, when they're talking about whatever, right? So what's interesting with the psychological piece, I already told you the psychological piece is missing the spiritual component. We live in a toxic society. Keep that in mind. What makes it toxic? Because it's an individualistic society. Not only is it individualistic, it is materialistic. So now it's transactional. It's me, 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 me. So if it's me, 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 we dealing with narcissism, right? So again, you're dealing with a nation of wounded people, irrespective of race, of socioeconomic standing. You're dealing with toxic folk, period. Listen to this clip again.
Things, and I'm just gonna, ladies, give me grace. I don't feel like men are giving that safe space in a relationship to be vulnerable and to be honest without being judged or without it being hijacked about how I made you feel about my honesty. And so what a lot of men learn to do through conditioning with dealing with women over time, even with their mothers, even with their family members, is learn to internalize this, because even if I have a legitimate gripe, I know when I tell you this, you may start to cry, you may start to flip it, and now I'm talking more about how you feel about what I said than what I actually said. And so we always talk about providing safe space for women, and that's a conversation, period, and stick that. But also for men, I think men are yelling and moving towards, like, I want to be having a safe space too. Keita, what's up?
I have a rebuttal to that, and I wonder if our rebuttals match.
What's up?
My question to that is now, because you said that you feel like the conversation goes there, is that just what the conversation turns into, and that's how you solve a problem? Because you might say something, and then I respond, and that's how the conversation is going. I didn't like it.
Turn it off. Do you know how valuable that piece is? This is why I can't put those youngsters down. That is a snapshot of the toxicity. You're asking for a safe space, but I need one. Nobody is saying safe spaces aren't necessary to some degree. Nobody is saying, we're not saying that. Listen to Paramahansa Yogananda. It is spiritual poverty, not material lack, that lies at the core of all human suffering. Spiritual poverty. You live in a spiritually impoverished nation. And the irony is, it is the most religiously diverse nation in the world. Every religion is represented here. But the highest level of religious illiteracy is also here. Religious segregation. Oh, what? I don't know what kind of Christian that is. I wasn't raised that way. Oh, what is that, a Muslim? What kind of Muslims believe they don't even eat pig? Ain't read nothing. Ain't picked up a Quran, hadith, ain't read nothing. The most religious illiterate country in the world, but the most religiously diverse. Paramahansa Yogananda said it another. It is spiritual poverty, not material lack, that lies at the core of all human suffering. When we listen to that clip, you're listening to spiritual poverty. That's what you're listening to. This is what we're going through. And you know what's interesting? It's popular because it's dramatic. It's popular because it's traumatic. Paramahansa said it again. Through every trial we grow. All suffering we experience has a meaning. Though it seems very cruel, it is like the fire that smelts the iron ore. The steel that emerges from the furnace is beautifully strong, useful for many purposes. Again, it's not my job to heal you. It's my job to walk with you as you heal. It's my job to trigger you so you can see what you need to heal. But I can't heal. Listen, that is a toxic person who needs you to heal them. Okay. I started the conversation. You finish it. The Voice of Reason back next week with another.
Needless to say, you know I really want you. I feel like you can make me happy.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden says there's every reason for people